Good afternoon, everybody. I hope your Tuesday is going well. I want to apologize for missing our Zoom this morning. I completely forgot about sending out the link, and so I apologize to those who were expecting to come in and those who called or texted and said, "Hey, you forgot." I thank you for that. But tomorrow's link for the virtual happy hour has gone out. I did not forget about that, so I did that actually before the video. So this afternoon, I do want to share a piece. I get a regular devotional from the United Church of Christ, and they just do a devotional piece, and I want to share this from Matt Laney, who is the senior pastor of Virginia Highland Church in Atlanta, Georgia. And so he writes, he uses Jonah chapter 1, verses 17 through chapter 2, verse 1. God provided a large fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Then Jonah prayed. Matthew writes, Jonah was in a timeout. He was supposed to convert a city chock full of notorious heathens, but decided it was mission impossible. So he got on the first ship sailing in the opposite direction. A professional prophet ought to know the impossibility of running from an omniscient, omnipresent boss. God kicked up a mighty storm against Jonah's escape vessel, and when the sailors got wind of Jonah's defiance, and that was the cause of it, they wisely tossed him overboard. Enter big fish. 2 for life raft and timeout chamber. Suddenly, Jonah got religion, and he prayed real hard. COVID-19 has sent us to our rooms for a timeout. Maybe we will get religion too, meaning we face how we've ignored the Creator, how we've run amok, how we've caused storms, how we've been drowning in disobedience and insanity. The fish vomited Jonah onto a beach. It wasn't a very pleasant way to exit. However, there were 2 ways out of that fish, and I think God chose the better part. Regardless, Jonah was converted and did a bang-up job converting those notorious heathens. Matthew ends with this prayer. Holy One, we pray to you for the belly of the pandemic, from the belly of a pandemic. We don't know how we will come out of this, but we pray we too will be converted. When I read this morning, I really thought about that timeout in more than just one way, in more than just being converted to, getting our religion back, if you want to say that, but also thinking about the havoc that we've caused, not only with a reliance upon technologies, but a reliance upon our own self-absorbed desire to have the most and best and biggest and brightest thing. When we are so desperately concerned about getting the economy back on track. And now I don't disagree that people need to work, and I don't disagree that people need to have paychecks and those type of things, and businesses are suffering in unimaginable ways. But I think we need to keep ourselves in this time out to kind of think of others other than ourselves. What is the best for everyone? And maybe even in considering that in relation to creation. Tomorrow we celebrate Earth Day, the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And what are the things that have been going on in creation that we are so still desperately trying to figure out and to stop? Earth Day's 50 years old, and how much progress have we made in those 50 years? We still fight climate change. We still fight with environmental destruction and depravity, and stripping the land and not replacing it. So I think that Matthew is right. God, we are in the midst of a timeout, and maybe it's time for us to rethink all of our priorities, both individually, nationally, economically, spiritually, theologically, all of those things, and just kind of take some time to take a break. And so, from the belly of the beast, from the belly of the whale, from the belly of the pandemic, I wish you good day, and may God's blessing be with you always.